Today, I'm going to give away a Google Ads script that we've developed at Bigflare that automates the seed mining method for you. We created the seed mining method at Bigflare, my e-commerce PPC agency, to help give a consistent profit maximizing structure for search ads campaigns. This script is custom developed here at Bigflare and has helped us manage over $1 million per month in e-commerce Google ad spend. And here in this video, I'm giving it away for free. Let's dive into the video then. I'm gonna start by explaining what the seed mining method is, then I'll teach you how to set it up and use the script. After that, I'll share a link to where you can download the script, and from there, you should be good to go. I'm not gonna go into too much detail on how to do the seed mining method, because I already did a whole video on that, which you can find here. But to summarize at a high level, you start the seed mining method by creating two campaigns. One campaign for phrase match keywords and one for exact match. Every keyword you add should go into both campaigns in the corresponding match type. Initially, focus on adding seed keywords only. That is, only the shortest version of the keyword that is still relevant enough to generate sales profitably. Add these keywords into the campaigns as single keyword ad groups in the phrase and exact campaigns. After you launch your campaigns, check your search terms report for the phrase match campaign regularly. Every time you see a search term that is relevant and gets more than, say, 20 impressions per 90 days, move it from the phrase to the exact campaign. You do this by adding the search term as an exact match keyword in the exact campaign, while simultaneously adding it as a negative exact match keyword in the phrase campaign. What the script is going to do is it will automatically scan for those search terms in your phrase match campaign and download them to a Google Sheet for you each week. You can then review that sheet once per week, and from there select which terms are relevant and which ones aren't. For the ones that you say are relevant, the script will automatically add those to the exact match campaign for you, whilst negging them from the phrase match campaign to ensure the traffic flows correctly to exact. For the ones that you say are not relevant, the script will add those as a negative keyword only. Pretty cool, right? As mentioned before, I'm giving this away for free. And if you like free, cool stuff like this, please hit that like button right now. Okay, next up, let's show you how to install and use that script. Let's hop over to my computer screen so you can look over my shoulder and see exactly how it is done. All right, guys, so I'm here on my manager account screen, and step one of getting this script working for you is you need to have a manager account. This script functions at the manager account level. Now, if you don't already have a manager account, don't worry, it's free and easy to set up. Just type on Google, set up Google Ads manager account or set up Google Ads MCC, and follow the instructions to set up a free manager account. After you've set that up, then you can link your existing Google Ads account and make it a child account of your manager account. And once you have the manager account, you can go ahead and start setting up the script. So to set up the script, you want to go to Tools and Settings and go Scripts. And from here, you want to click the plus button and paste the script text that you'll get from me. Paste that text into a new script field. So I've actually already done this. I'm going to open up this script here, seed mining method copy, download data. So paste the script text into here, and then you just need to make one little change. So right now, it's linking to this Google Sheet. And I've got the Google Sheet open over here, and yeah, I'm going to share this template with you as well. So when you click to access and get access to the script, you will have a copy of this template. So make a copy of this template that you own and put it in your own Google Drive account. And then take the URL here, make sure the sharing permissions are set to anyone on the internet can get this, with this link can view. And then you just take this URL here, and then you come back to this script, and then you paste it in here so that it's referring to your sheet. So you paste it in there. I've already done this. I can do it again. There you go, same thing. And then you normally need to authorize to make sure it can run scripts for you. Yeah, allow. That's now authorized, and then you click the save button. Now I don't actually need to click the save button because I've already done that. And then you do the same for the other script. So there's going to be 2 scripts that you'll get access to. And the first script is to download the data to the G Sheet. The second one is to apply the changes after you've made your decisions in the G Sheet. So for the second script, same process. Take the script text file that I will share with you and just paste it into a new script field and authorize. All right. And then there's the sheet URL here. Once again, come back to this master control sheet that you'll have a template for, and take it, make sure its sharing permissions are set up, then take its URL here and then paste it into this area here. That's the only change you need to make inside this script text box. For both scripts, you just need to make sure it's pointing to the correct G Sheet, a G Sheet that you own, that you've copied, that's in your Google Drive account, and the G Sheet that it wants to point to is the one that's titled Bigflare Seed Mining Method Master Control Sheet. And then you authorize, and then you're good to go. And one thing, once you're authorized, you probably don't want to do this straight away. You're going to want to test using this script first. To run a script manually, you can do it here, run. But once you're comfortable with how the script works, you then just probably want to set a schedule for it, which you can do here. So once you're comfortable with how the script works, I recommend you set the download data frequency to do it once per week, weekly, and maybe on a Sunday or a Monday, like before you get into work. Like let's say you could do it on a Monday at say 4 a.m. before you get to work. Save that, and then once per week, it will just download all your search terms for you to the G Sheet. And then you'll have the whole week to consider those search terms. And then the apply changes script, this frequency is best set to hourly. So let's put it on hourly, and then it runs every hour. And then it's just always checking for any changes that you've made in your G Sheet. And if no changes have been made, then it's not going to do anything. But then once you've made changes, once you've made decisions, then you can just leave the G Sheet, and then the next time this runs on its next hourly frequency, then it's going to upload the changes for you. This is all going to be a bit clearer once I show you how the G Sheet works. But for now, initially don't do a frequency, just do manual runs until you get comfortable with how the script works. When you're comfortable, then put download data on a weekly Monday morning frequency and apply changes, put that on an hourly frequency. But now let's go over to the G Sheet because there's some more setup steps over here. Okay, so on the G Sheet, you'll have some URLs entered in already. Here's some I just entered in previously. So you want to put your account name there. This is just a made up account that I made up. And then put your account ID right there. Spreadsheet URL, I'll come back to that in a moment. Let me just show you how the rest of this works. So run scripts, this is just yes or no. You might have lots of accounts in here. So like if you had lots of accounts, you might want some of them to run, some of them not. If you turn this to no, then the script will just ignore that row there. But generally speaking, you're gonna want to have this on yes. Impression threshold. Impression threshold and time frame. So what this is going to do, time frame is in days and this is impressions. So what this will do here is this is only going to show me search terms that have had more than 20 impressions over the past 90 days. If you don't know how to set this yourself, I would just use those. Like I would put 20 here and 90 here. But if you want to get a bit more custom with this, you might want to do 30-day time frame, 5 impressions. Or you might be interested in things that over the past 120 days have had 50 impressions. You can put whatever you want here, but I would generally use 20 and 90 as the default. And this is where you put some filters to tell the script which campaigns to look out for. So look in your campaign name for the phrase campaign, just make sure it has the word phrase in the campaign name. So let's say your campaign name was search product. Okay, you want to make sure it has the word phrase in the phrase match campaign. And then in here, put campaign contains phrase. And then it's going to look for any campaigns where the name contains phrase, and it will download the search terms from there. And there's some more filters here, like campaign does not contain. You can use campaign labels. So you could say, you could put a campaign label on the campaigns you want it to look for, and you could say that label in as SMM in Google Ads, and then it will just filter for those. Some more filters, yeah, active campaigns only, yes or no. Active ad groups only, yes or no. CPC, we normally use target ROAS bidding, so this one doesn't really matter. You just have to put something in here so that the system has a default bid to add against your new keywords. And limit, so the number you put in here will limit the number of search queries returns. So 50, what this is going to do is it's just going to show me the top 50 search queries ranked by impressions and nothing more. So if I did 10, then like, let's say there's 1,000 search queries it could show me. And if I put 10 here, it's actually just going to show me the top 10 ranked by impression. So I like to use this just to make sure that the report that it spits out doesn't get too big to consider in one go. And this here is where you decide when you have a search term, you're going to move it from the phrase campaign to the exact campaign. And if you put no here, that's exactly what it will do. If you put yes, same campaign ad group, if you put yes, this is the setting you use if you're just using one campaign. Let's say you just want the script to add the exact terms straight back into the same ad group and campaign they came from, then put yes here. Now, I don't normally do this. We normally put no here because we're normally going to have a different campaign for phrase and exact. You could put an email address in here if you want an alert in case something goes up with the script. And here, manual approval, you can change this to auto add. And what this will do is it will just automatically add all the search terms that fit these conditions. It will add them all to your account, right? I don't recommend doing this. I recommend doing manual approval. And then this way you have to manually approve any search terms that get added to your account. Auto add is a pretty advanced way of doing it. And I would only do this if you've used this script dozens of times on that particular account and you're really comfortable with it. But by default, just do manual approval. It's much safer. Now, this column here is where you approve. At the moment, my changes are awaiting approval. And there's another sheet over here where we make the changes, and I'll show you that in a moment. But when you've finished making changes on that sheet, you can switch this over to approved. And then when this is approved, the next time the apply changes script runs, it's going to look here for anything that's approved, and then it will upload any changes for this account, right? And after it's uploaded the changes, it will switch the status to changes applied, awaiting next download. And then the next time the download script runs, it's going to change this status to back to awaiting for approval. So the main thing you need to know is that this button here is where you approve your changes. When you're happy that these changes are ready to upload, then you come here and you go approved, right? And this column will tell you when changes were last applied. This column will tell you when changes were last downloaded. And this one here will tell you how many queries were found. Okay, so this is the master control sheet. You need an additional G sheet, which you will get access to as well, which is the client account level sheet or the child account level sheet. So this is the sheet where the search terms are downloaded to. And this URL here should point to that sheet. So this URL here points to this sheet. So you will get access to a template version of this sheet, take a copy of that, and then make a copy of it in your own account, set the sharing permissions to anyone with the link can view, take the URL here, and then put it into this here, into this area here, so that this row here and this account here is pointing to a sheet dedicated for that account. Now, initially this sheet will be blank, but the next time the download data script runs, what it's going to do is it's going to download all the search terms that meet these conditions. It will be downloaded into this G sheet here. Now this G sheet is then going to look a bit like this. It's going to show you the campaign and ad group where the search term came from. Then it's going to show you the term itself, and it's going to show you the impressions, and it's going to ask you relevant yes or no. So it defaults at the moment to relevant yes, but you've got to ask yourself, is this search term a search term that I want in my account? And if the answer is yes, then it's relevant and you leave this as yes. If the answer is no, then hit no, right? And if you don't know yet, or if you don't want to decide today, then do NA. So there's 3 choices: relevant, yes, no, NA. So let's assume this is relevant. Now, depending on what you answer here, a few different things are going to happen. If I say relevant yes, then the script is going to add this as an exact match keyword, and it's going to add it into this campaign and this ad group. So the script is going to assume, now the way you want to set up your campaigns is that you want 2 campaigns, and one that has the word phrase in it at the end, and then an exact duplicate of that campaign with exactly the same name, but just put exact at the end of the campaign name. You need to set up your campaign names that way for this script to work. It doesn't matter what you put at the beginning of the campaign name, just as long as the beginning search product is exactly the same for this campaign and this campaign. So both campaigns start with search product. The only difference is one campaign has phrase at the end, one campaign has exact at the end. And when I say relevant, the script is going to find the campaign with the same name but exact, and then it's going to find the ad group with the same name in that campaign, and it's going to add this as an exact match keyword into this campaign and that ad group. And then it's also going to add this as an exact match negative back into my original campaign. So it will do those 2 things. That's the seed mining method, right? If we think this search term is relevant, then it should go as an exact match in our exact match campaign, but it should also go as a negative exact match in our phrase match campaign. And that's to do something called keyword sculpting. That will ensure that in the future, this keyword goes into the correct campaign, the campaign where I actually want it to appear. All right, so that's what happens when the keyword is relevant. What happens when you put no? If you put no, the keyword is relevant, then what you're saying is, okay, script, add this, take this out of my account. I don't want this keyword in my account. So when you put no here, it's not going to add it as a positive keyword. It's going to add it only as a negative keyword. And where it adds it depends on how you set these 3 columns here. So here, you can decide where you want it to be added. Now, by default, if you don't change anything here, it will just add it as a campaign level negative in the original campaign. But you could also add it to the ad group level by adding the ad group name in here. Or even better, if it's an irrelevant keyword, probably you want to add it to a list. Let's say this one here. So it will actually find your negative keyword lists here. And what I recommend doing is you set up a negative keyword list that you apply to your whole account. And if this keyword is just irrelevant to my entire product line, then I would choose to add it to a list and have that, and you can call that list master negatives and apply that list to every campaign in your account. And if the keyword is just totally irrelevant to your business, put no here, and then it will get added as a negative to that list, which will then take it out of your account entirely. So those are the 2 main options. But let's say, for example, so let's say we decide this one's irrelevant. Oh, that one looks good. That one looks good. Oh no, this one's irrelevant, so no. And then let's say, oh, USMC decanter. Oh, I'm not sure. Do we have that? Do we not have that? And let's say I don't have the time to go figure that out right now. If you don't want to figure it out right now, you can just do NA. And what that does is basically like saying, I don't know. And in future reports, anything where you put yes or no, in future reports, those will just be filtered out the reports. You won't need to see those again. So after the changes are applied, I won't see this keyword in this report anymore because of the way the filters in the script work. But if I put NA, that means I'm not going to make a decision right now. And next week, when I download the data, it could still show this term. So putting NA kind of defers the decision to later. Anything where you put yes or no, you're going to take a firm action, and it's either going to add it as a positive and a negative, or it's just going to add it as a full-on negative from your account. Once you've been down this column here and you've made all the changes that you want to make, then you can come back to your control sheet. And from your control sheet, you now put approved. And once you put approved, the next time the apply changes script runs, it will upload those changes. At that point, this status will change. And I do recommend that the first time you do this, you probably should just do this manually before you let the thing run on a frequency. So actually what you want to do the first time you do this is set this to approved, and then come here and manually run the apply changes. And then the first time you download, like fill in this sheet here and manually run this script to download the stuff into here. And then click approved here, manually upload with this button here. And then after you've done that, check the script logs. So you'll be able to see a script history over here. And you want to check that the script ran with no errors. After it's run with no errors, then you want to go over to your Google Ads account and just click into the ad groups that you expect it to have changed, and just make sure everything ran smoothly, right? You want to do that a few times manually before you go the full step of using the auto refresh, the auto frequency feature. And that is it. That is how you install and use this script. To get access to the script, head over to bigflare.com/seed mining method. That's seed-mining-method. From there, just input your email address and you'll get sent the script to your email address. I hope you enjoy using the script. My team at Bigflare use it every day, and we have our own script developer on the team. This means we're always keeping the script up to date. If Google updates something that breaks the way the script works, we'll have it updated in no time, and I will share the updated versions of the script with you from that same page. And if you like the script and want to support me in being able to release more awesome stuff like this, please give me a thumbs up on this video and consider subscribing to my channel for more.